Hey there folks, quick little public service announcement so to speak. My good friend Jacob Clark, who is also a fictional driver in this series, driving the number 78 for Triad Motorsports, is hosting a league on Automobilista 2 where they run the 1990s Indy cars. So if you're interested in running with some cool guys out there, doing some online racing, they're coming up on the Indianapolis 500, well, the 50% Indianapolis 500, so if you want to call it the Indy 250, they're gonna do that in just a couple of weeks. So if you want to do that, get a little Indy experience before the real thing kicks off in, what, 6-7 months time in real life, go join that league, have some fun with these guys. I might race later this year. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, I can't make it, can't put enough time and effort into actually practice. But I might race the season finale, which will be hosted at the now defunct, sadly, California Speedway out in Fontana. So yeah, if you're looking to do some league racing on AMS2, that's the league for you. And now back to the regular program. Hello everybody and welcome to round number 12 of the 1998 NASCAR Winston Cup season, career mode season 1. And welcome to the last video for about 2 weeks maybe, probably. This is the last one I'm gonna record in my old apartment. I'm gonna move by the time I'm recording this. I don't know if I'm gonna edit it tonight, so this video might come out after the break I'm intending to take after this video comes out, if that makes sense. But I hope I get it edited and uploaded tonight, or scheduled to upload tonight, because I'm gonna move out tomorrow. So I'm a little bit on a time crunch, but I kind of want to fill the time of me moving, because by the time I think the Coca-Cola 600 is gonna come out, which is gonna be tomorrow. Anyways, this video, and then there's probably not gonna be a video for about 1 or 2 weeks because of me moving. But before that, we have 2.5 major stories. If that long introduction made any sense. The first major story, which is the biggest one, is the big money sponsorship that Kmart is bringing to Travis Carter Enterprises. The Ford team, which currently fields the 23 car for Jimmy Spencer, will open a second team, the number 66, with the help of the Route 66 jeans brand, which will be promoted on the hood of that car. Todd Bodine of ISM Racing has been announced as the driver, so the first sort of big name driver moves. Obviously Todd Bodine has quite a sizable record in the Busch Series. Has been announced here today. Also, Kenny Urban and Ricky Craven will both miss several races after their hard lick in the Coca-Cola 600 last time out. Ricky Craven obviously aggravated his injuries again, he sustained in 1997, and it's been reported that he is out at Hendrick Motorsports altogether, as Wally Dallenbach will take over his ride. The number 46, vacated by Dallenbach as of that, will be taken over by Bobby Hillin Jr., who is currently running Busch Series races. Mike Wallace, who is currently running in the Truck Series, is going to be driving the number 28 car in Kenny Irvin's place. So these two guys on the move, sort of. Dallenbach will at least drive the car to the end of 1998, as Craven has to sit out. Obviously, it's still rumored that he is out of Hendrick Motorsports altogether. No official confirmation, but there's word going around that Dallenbach might also be the driver for that car permanently for the foreseeable future. And the half big story is that I've signed on the dotted line for 1999 with the team. I'm going to change teams for next season. I'm not going to tell you which one, but it's going to be an expansion team for an existing organization, and you're going to see shortly when that deal gets announced. Obviously, it's out of my hand. It really depends on my new boss and when he decides to announce this deal. Quick look now then at the championship standings. Mark Martin lost a 120-point lead, reduced to 19 over Jeff Gordon after his DNF in the Coke 600, obviously. Who caused that? A huge pile up there, the last caution flag. Rusty Wallace won last race, stole that away from Dale Earnhardt on the last lap when the number 3 car ran out of fuel. Dale Jarrett, John Andretti, Earnhardt, Wallace, Jeff Burton, Justin Mayfield, Jeremy Mayfield, Terry Labonte, and myself with my DNF, obviously as well, in the top 10 in points. And now we're gonna take on the Monster Mile Dover. Let's go. Let's do this first lap. Let's go for.
One more good hard lap, man. One more good hard lap.
Usually running quite well around Dover. Pole position, provisional at least. 23.881. Not the best second lap again. Dropping down to 5th into the wall. Car tightened up there. We're not gonna improve. Oh, we actually improved to 2nd. Okay.
Drivers, start your engines!
We're sitting on the front row next to Atlanta winner Ken Schrader, Jeremy Mayfield, points leader Martin in the 2nd row. Then it's Dale Jarrett, Hut Strickland, good qualifying effort, Kyle Petty, Jeff Gordon, Jerry Nadeau, fellow rookie, good qualifying effort, and Brett Bodine. No, Barbara Labani in the 18 car rounds out the second, the top 10 in qualifying. As I'm just looking at Schrader.
Looks like you're going to be lining up behind in the 12. Stay up high.
Has Schrader got an issue? The pole sitter.
Looks like you're going to be lining up behind in the 12. Stay up high.
Will Jeremy Mayfield assume this pole position? It seems like that Schrader has a problem here. I'm trying to let him go, but I can't. Now here we go. It is Schrader has a problem, so Jeremy Mayfield inheriting pole position.
Let him go. Take a nice big deep breath here. Refocus. Give those belts a tug. Nice and smooth, bud.
We're all going green. We're all going green. Schrader will not take the green flag. So that's going to belong to Jeremy Mayfield. 60 laps. Green is out. We're racing. I'm having a bad restart here. Cold tires, losing spots as we go along. That's 5, 6 positions lost here. Behind Derek Cope in the 30 car. As we get into Cope, sending him around, first caution of the day.
You need anything to drink or anything like that?
That wasn't intended.
Still there? Hit road post.
We dropped to 6th, I'm 7th. Very sorry. Didn't mean to do that.
Take a deep breath and
He was
relax.
just slowing down a little bit too much there. And Schrader's out, so probably something wrong with his engine, or maybe he's going down back to pit lane, it seems like.
Gonna be lining up behind in the 6.
Interesting. Here we can see, I just slightly, well, I didn't even slightly tap it. I just get into him and he collects, he collects the 81 of Kenny Wallace, the 22 of Walt Burton gets collected. There were some guys who came in, obviously I did come in as well. I made some adjustments to the car.
Alright, looks like you're gonna be lining up behind in the 94.
Lying up behind the 94, where is Bill Elliott? Where is that 94 car? I don't see
Let
him.
him go.
Oh, there he is. So we lost some positions, but made some adjustments to the car and made it a little bit tighter. Hopefully that works. And we're back racing. We lost about 10 spots there with that pit stop, but I made the car a little tighter here
There.
for these loose conditions.
Clear high. Inside.
It's like maybe a little bit too tight.
Go inside.
Oh no, and now we're loose! And we're in the wall. Caution out again. Oh, that's a big wreck.
Keep taking, come on. Start getting some tires. Good can to cool those tires off.
Oh my lord, did you see Ted Musgrave
We ring, boys. Go
in the
make
16
some
car
here.
there?
Talk to us, bud. You okay, buddy? Right in front of you right here, buddy. Get somebody to get a look at that fender. Earl.
We'll have a look at that incident with me and Earnhardt there. Obviously I'm a little tight and then I'm loose on exit. And I'm in the wall, blocking the whole track. Oh, and Musgrave gets flipped around there, we saw it. I mean, look at that, he just... Oh my lord, and then he just does a... Oh, that's a huge hit there. That's a huge hit. So we're coming down to pit lane here.
Or, sure nothing's gonna rub the tires, guys. That's all we gotta do here.
We're not going to repair the car, we're going to come in a second time for repairs. Just to not be put a lap down here.
Go, man, go, 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 go. Hard, 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 hard. Great job, Big
But
Rig.
got a Richard Petty, Petty Enterprises 1-2 with Kyle Petty and John Andretti in there. Hut Strickland, Jeff Gordon, Stanley Martin, Ken Schrader, the pole sitter back in the top 10. Alright. We're back underway at Dover. Hoping now for a little longer green flag run. So far in these last 10 laps complete, we spent 3 of them under green and 7 under caution. Only 33 cars left in this race, and I'm the last car running. Well, actually 34, with Rusty Wallace being a lap down, seems like, according to the scoring down there on the right bottom off your screen there. Taking it easy here. I think we even can make up some positions. Earnhardt on pit lane again. Seems like he's run into some trouble. So his luck from Charlotte seemingly continuing. We only got a 13th place finish. Last car on the lead lap actually. After leading, coming to the white. Obviously having to come down to pit lane. And handing the race win to Rusty Wallace subsequently. So we're now making some progress here. Obviously I think all these guys have some damage. Or maybe our car is just that good that we can run pretty decently here. So now going to the outside a little too late in the gas. A little too late in the brake, sorry. I'm trying the outside line now, maybe that works. Last time we did that we spun Derek Hope around and that started all of that mess. Now we got into Dale Jarrett's, but no damage done. On the inside of Jack Sprague there in the 36. Passing him quite easily. Well, that was a good exit there. That was a good run. Coming to the floor, Bobby Hamilton. Seems like we're getting past, but I think the car is just, it's just, I think it's just the body work. I think the mechanical bits of the car just they still work. I think it really is just the body work that's damaged. Well, look at how I made some adjustments again, and now it's working really well. Okay, well, maybe we're not out of the running for a top 20 finish. Gotta be cautious here. Maybe we're not out of the running for that either. Like, mechanically, the car seems to be not as badly damaged as I thought it was gonna be. Suspension, drivetrain, all that. Working fine. Just look at the way this car is just running right now. It's just, it's still planted. A little bit twitchy, but it's planted, and that's what I like about it. It's just gliding through the corners, not like that as we're getting into Wally Dallenbach. No damage done, but I think we got a little damage to our tire with that lockup. Trying to correct it here. Dallenbach was a little slow there in his first outing in the 50 car. Don't know how badly my tire was damaged. Well, not too bad, I think. I'm trying to get past the 50, who seems to be a little slower. Obviously, we lost some spots with that, but still. We're running good. Keep our head down and try to... Oh, an engine failure! Jeff Green! And he misses pit lane, that new Quickset sponsorship he signed for his Diamond Ridge Motorsports team after his good run in Martinsville a couple of weeks ago. So it might be an Atlanta situation where, if you remember, we had, I think, 4 or 5 engine failures throughout that day. It's a bit warm, it's cloudy, but it's warm. See, it's 83 degrees in freedom units. That's probably somewhere in the 20s, and we're in a huge bowl of concrete, which will probably heat up quite easily, I imagine. I have no clue about physics. I'm just talking trash here, maybe, probably. I don't know. So behind last year's Rookie of the Year, Mike Skinner, the Truck Series champ. In the Childress car, the only Childress car left in the race, I think it is. So I haven't seen Earnhardt re-emerge from pit lane. Right in his bumper there. Into P18, P17 now. You can see I'll have to work the steering wheel a little bit, but the car, it's running. So it really seems to be that wreck. It seems to be a little bit of body damage. Well, some body damage, but I don't know. You probably don't know this. Maybe some of you true NASCAR nerds know this, but in 1991, Harry Gant won with about a third of his, well, quarter of his car missing at Martinsville because it was just the body work, and the mechanical bits were all intact and all good. So I think we might be in a similar situation. Probably not going for the win, but going for a real good finish, even though we got a damaged race car, and that was possible back in those days. Here, as we were running in 1998, we can see Rusty Wallace, the last week's race winner, who obviously has some damage, is a lap down. To the inside of Nemechek we go, who's also being held up by the 2 car, breezing past into 16th, so top 20 running right now. Maybe looking at top 15 of Johnny Benson, maybe a top 10. If we keep going like that as we're closing on halfway. We've actually made up some spots here. As you can see, we're currently being scored in 11th, going for the top 10 spot now on Johnny Benson. Because I've seen Jeff Gordon, John Andretti, I think also Carl Petty has been down to pit lane, because these guys stayed out under all these cautions, so they're under regular pit stop window, which would have been around halfway. Obviously they could have saved some fuel. I think the guys we're passing now also have older tires than I have, because I don't think I've seen Chad Little on pit lane. I certainly haven't seen Jerry Nadu, who is just up ahead in the 13 car, fellow rookie contender on pit lane. So and you can see how much lower they are, so they're definitely on older tires. As we're just past halfway, down the inside of the John Deere machine. Yeah, I think all these guys now in older tire territory, so I'm gonna be cautious with my expectations, but my car's holding up quite good, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah, Nadu, is he coming down on pit lane or isn't he? He is. My tires aren't the best looking as well. I'm starting to feel it. Well, the right front's a bit worn. The rest of them are quite okay as we're up to 3rd, but yeah, it's. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that was scary. Had a little moment there. Oh my god, Ricky Rudd. Quite close to me here. As Michael Walter was coming down the pit lane, and the leader, we're gonna get 5 bonus points for leading this race. Are we? Yes, we are. Oh my god. I didn't expect to be the race leader. Generally, folks, I didn't expect to be the leader, but I think. Okay. No question asked. 5-6 clear of Bobby Labonte, who started with me there back in the 30s on the restart. Who's now 2nd, and I have only 1 more pit stop to go. Obviously, these guys are much faster than me. Tons of guys on pit lane there. Hey, we're just gonna go, right? We're just gonna go. We've got a damaged race car, but we're just gonna go and try to lead as much laps as we can. And maybe we'll sneak our way into victory lane at the end of this day with 25 coming up on 24 laps to go here. Okay, guys, change of plans. We gotta come in now. The tire's really bad now. Really bad. But we've gapped the field a little bit. We got some bonus points for leading. We have a fast race car. See how it goes. Okay, we actually cycled out to 26th here. A little worse than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be around 20th because we've been really turning slow laps. We just ran my fastest lap actually of the day, but we're really turning slow laps right at the end here. So these guys with fresh tires, they could make up tons of ground on me.
20 laps to go.
But I now got the fresher rubbers than these guys have, so top 20 still in the cards, but I have to let this race play out now. Closing in on 10 laps to go, and we're now entered a stage where my tires are still good and these guys' tires are losing grip.
Outside.
You can just see how good I'm, passing not Bill Elliott, Ricky Rudd there. Dick Trickle in the 90 car up next. We're now in 20th, so we're kind of expected to land at the end of the day. And with these guys who came in down the pit lane a little earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some pit stops happening within the last 10 laps for position. So you can see someone out of pit lane there. That's his Darrell Waltrip, the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. And we got Hutch Strickling, Dick Trickle up next on the road, who we're closing in on quite fast. but don't want to rush. So Waltrip, I also saw Kyle Petty on pit lane a couple of laps ago, so I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys, some of these guys came down to pit lane and we locked our way even into a top 10 finish. You know. I just look at how easy we can now just send down the inside and get past them. That's P18 now. We got Ward Burton and Terry Labonte up ahead. Both these guys were involved in the wreck earlier. I think Terry was even involved in both of them, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we're definitely turning much faster laps than these guys. Haven't seen anyone on pit lane yet, obviously. Oh, this actually isn't Terry Labonte. That is Wally Dallenbach, who also was involved in the wreck earlier. So I don't think there's anybody out there apart from maybe the leaders at the restart who weren't involved in any shenanigans. Ward, you gotta get out of the way there. And P17. It's going good. Good recovery drive so far. Oh, contact with the 50 again. They're Waltrip down faster tires than I am. That's the second time I came to contact with the 50 car there. Trying to let Daryl go past as he is faster than me. He's a little cautious to go around the 50. Oh, there's smoke and a wreck and a caution. And I get into Waltrip. That's Nadu, that's the 9 car of Lake Speed. And by the way, it says car number 46 on the screen there. That's just because I used a different paint scheme so that Wally would show up as himself in the championship standings and isn't a second Wally Dallenbach. That's kind of the reason why he is just a reskin number 46, if you're interested in that. 16th at the moment. This is what happened to Lake Speed. Michael Waltrip bumps him out of the way. He gets in the wall. And Jerry Nadu collects him. Slight brush with the 26 of Johnny Benson there. But that hit Nadu's engine good. He's going to the garage area. But Speed keeps it going. We've had some troubles getting the car up to speed. Losing some positions here on the restart. 2 to go. Not the way I want to get this race back underway, but still. We're now coming to the white flag. You feel this fanning out there. They're coming to pit lane. Oh my god. On the last lap. Guys, you're serious. Oh my god. Just get this thing turned around. I don't think I have tires left, do I? Oh, I don't think I have. I don't have a rear axle anymore. Got to be kidding me, right?
You okay, buddy? Everything look okay in the back? Fender work there, Chad.
I'm gonna limp this thing across the line. Don't know where I'm gonna finish.
Hang on to her now. Bring it in at 10. We're gonna give you some tires.
Doing a Lightning McQueen right here, but I think I'm gonna finish 26th with that. Yeah. What the joke. What a joke on the last lap. What a joke. I mean, look at this. We're a lap and a half away from the finish, and then all these guys come to pit lane, and I make contact with the 8 car, and then hook bumpers with the 22, and into the wall we go, and they cost me all the position I could have made up here. That's just a joke. That's just a joke. I mean, these guys could have gone down to pit lane under the caution, but no, we have to come into the white flag. Because we don't have brain cells. Right, at the end of the day, Jeff Burton gets his first win of the year. Mark Martin rallies back to second. Ken Schrader back to third at Polster, so not a bad race for him after all. Michael Waltrip, Chad Little, Dale Jarrett, Wally Dallenbach in his first race with the Hendrick Motorsports operation. Dick Trickle, Bobby Labonte, and Jimmy Spencer rounds out the top 10 in the race. We still remain in the top 10 in points. Martin extends his points lead again Dale Jarrett, John Andretti, no change there in the top 4. Jeff Burton moves into the top 5. Jeremy Mayfield as well into 6th. Earnhardt down to 7th. Wallace, Labonte, and myself. That's your top 10 in points. That was just a stupid ending, guys. That was just a stupid ending. And next race is going to be even stupider. I think Richmond, a track I absolutely hate because I'm not good around it whatsoever. So we might be in for another tough race. But I hope this is going to be the last one for a while. Michigan, Pocono, Sonoma. Quite good at these tracks, and then we're going back to Daytona, so yeah, we definitely have to have a chance to rebound in a couple of weeks with a good run. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a bit stupid, but that's what you get. And yeah, with that, see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.